So we've talked about traps, we've talked about triggers, and today I'm going to talk about trades. So I can't resist a little bit of alliteration. Now, we often find it easier to replace a habit. So if I'm going to give up crisps, for example, I want to replace it with something else. So my son gave up having crisps and chocolates for his after-school snack, and he decided to replace it with fruit. So it's like, I'm going to have fruit instead of that, the unhealthy snack. And that's because it's easier to replace a habit rather than just to say, I'm not going to do it, to have some things to do instead. But for a trade to really work, we have to understand the value of it. And for it to work well, it's often that we have to understand the value of what we're trading, what we're taking away, and replace it with something that we equally value. Now, it might be that you replace coffee with decaf, for example, and if actually the only thing you value is the taste of it, it tastes exactly the same. But if you find the thing I really value about coffee is the little boost that I get, that kind of adrenaline rush, then I might have to replace it with something else. So it might not be decaf. It might be something else. It might not even be a drink. It might be I need to go and have a run up and down the stairs, or do 5-star jumps, or go for a walk around the block, or have a conversation with a friend, something that actually energizes me, or put a song on and have a little dance if I'm working from home and nobody can see me. So understanding what is it about this habit that I value, even though I want to give up that habit, and then going, okay, what can I replace it with that also gives me value? So maybe it's equal value, maybe it's replacing the same value, or maybe it's trading it off for a different value. So for example, a lot of people I work with in the Getting Your Inbox to Zero workshops, what I tend to do is challenge their addiction to email. And so, one of the things that I ask is, what is it that you're actually getting out of this addiction to email? Is it actually productivity, or is it connectivity? And for a lot of people, the kind of addiction to checking emails all the time, having it on all the time, having a look, on a Sunday afternoon to see what's come in so I know what to expect on a Monday, that doesn't actually help my productivity. What it does is it gives me a sense of connectivity. And so for people, often I'm then challenging, okay, so maybe if I want to improve my productivity, I need to trade off some of that connectivity. I need to be okay with saying, I'm not going to know where everything is at any given moment, but what that buys me is some space when I have my brain back to myself and I can get some work done. So trading off that connectivity for productivity. For me, I've always been a night owl. So what I realised is that by bringing forward my bedtime, by working on my sleep, what I'm trading off is late evenings or late nights for fresher mornings. I'm trading off that night owl status so that I can feel fresher in the morning. And for me, even just adjusting what I think about it, rather than going, I'm giving up on my evenings, actually I'm trading it for fresher mornings. That helps me to reinforce that value and to notice that value of the trade-off as well. So it might be for you replacing that mid-afternoon slump with something that's energizing. It might be replacing for eating. So my husband's been doing a detox recently, and so he's been cutting out a lot of carbs and a lot of fat, and he's been going for low fat, low calorie, but high taste. And he's been making some amazing curries. I also joined in with this, so when he was making his curries, instead of having rice with it, I made some cauliflower pilau rice. So rather than just cauliflower rice that's plain and not really very interesting, I kind of fried it off in a little bit of coconut oil and spices, and it actually tasted really, really yummy. So for us, it was kind of low calorie, high taste. That was the trade-off. We were trading off calories for taste. And that for us was like, yeah, that satisfies us. It's like, okay, fine, I'm giving up on calories, but actually I really appreciate the taste. So I'm going to go for the high taste instead. So when we're trading something off for another thing, we need to understand the value that we're giving up and either replace it with equal value or replace it with a different value that we also appreciate. So what's the trade-off for you? What are you replacing? What are you letting go of, but also what are you bringing in instead? What are you taking a hold of that you equally value or value even more? Let me know what you come up with. Let me know if you need some help, and I'll see you again soon tomorrow.